In the land of Israel, during a time of turmoil and conflict, there lived a valiant soldier named Jephtha. He was known far and wide for his bravery and his unwavering devotion to the Lord. When the Ammonites threatened his people, Jephtha did not hesitate to take up arms and lead his fellow Israelites into battle. Filled with the Spirit of the Lord, Jephtha marched forth, his heart resolute and his sword held high. Through the hills of Gilead and the plains of Manasseh, he led his army, determined to confront the enemy and protect his homeland. Before setting out, Jephtha made a solemn vow to the Lord. "If you grant us victory over the Ammonites," he declared, "whatever comes out of the door of my house to greet me upon my triumphant return shall be yours, O Lord. I will offer it as a burnt offering in gratitude for your divine intervention." With his vow made, Jephtha and his warriors engaged the Ammonites in fierce combat. The Lord blessed their efforts, and the enemy was soon defeated. Town after town fell to the might of Israel, and peace was restored to the land. Filled with joy at their triumph, the soldiers returned home, eager to celebrate their victory. But as Jephtha approached his house in Mizpah, his heart sank at the sight that greeted him. Out of the doorway danced his beloved daughter, her laughter ringing through the air as she played her timbrels. She was his only child, his precious jewel, and at that moment, Jephtha's heart was torn asunder. For he remembered the vow he had made to the Lord, and he knew that he could not break it. With anguish in his soul, he fell to his knees before his daughter, tears streaming down his face. "My daughter," he cried, "forgive me, for I have made a vow to the Lord that I cannot undo. Whatever the cost, I must fulfill it." His daughter, wise beyond her years, gazed upon her father with love and understanding. "Father," she said gently, "you have given your word to the Lord, and it must be honored. I accept my fate, for the Lord has granted you victory over your enemies." But she made one request of her father, a final plea before she surrendered herself to her destiny. "Grant me but 2 months," she asked, "to wander the hills and mourn the life that will never be mine. Allow me this time to bid farewell to my dreams of love and marriage." Heartbroken but unable to deny her request, Jephtha granted his daughter's wish. For 2 months she wandered the hills, her tears mingling with the earth as she mourned the life she would never know. And when the time had passed, she returned to her father's house, her spirit resigned to the sacrifice that awaited her. With heavy hearts they carried out the solemn ritual, and she was offered up to the Lord as a burnt offering. In the years that followed, the story of Jephtha and his daughter became legend among the people of Israel. Each year, the young women of the land would gather to remember the sacrifice of the daughter of Jephtha, honoring her memory and the lesson she taught about the weight of a promise and the cost of devotion.